Have you been diagnosed with a chronic disease, maybe even cancer? Have your doctors given you a talk on the different things that you can do to change your lifestyle? Have they shared with you that before you try something more invasive, that there are other things that you can do that work with your body? Have they given you medication and they say, go ahead, continue living the way you're living? Have they done that? Because that's something that I encounter every day in my coaching practice, whether it's through being a holistic cancer coach or a life coach. It seems like we get comfortable with our misery. And the doctors aren't pushing us to try new and healthy things. Well, today we're going to be learning with Michael Legel. As you know, I talk about first alternative therapies. If you go to my Shop Now bag, you will see first alternative therapies in there that you can click on, and you can get a percentage off when you do that. And I've talked about Avazzia, even with Dr. John, who's come on the show, Dr. John Silva, many times he comes on the show to talk about neurofeedback. We've talked about Avazzia, and this is the little Avazzia that I talk about that kept me from surgery and keeps me pain-free. I've talked to you about PEMF machine, which is QRS is the brand that I rely on, use every night to keep me pain-free and help me sleep. These are alternative frequencies that you can choose for your life as well. And so today we're going to be talking with Michael Legel about a new partnership with First Alternative. And Michael is the CEO of First Alternative Therapies, a new and incredible tool that you can use that will help you bring every cell of your body alive. It is called Axiom, and it's molecular hydrogen therapy. And so today's class is about dipping our toe in it and you learning some new truths about hydrogen therapy.
And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you.
Hi, my name is Lillian McDermott, and I am a certified life coach. I am also a certified holistic cancer coach and the host of the Lillian McDermott radio show Classroom. If this is the first time that you are in the classroom, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide natural ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening and viewing friend, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Like I said, today, we're going to be talking about hydrogen therapy, molecular hydrogen therapy. You're going to inhale it. I've talked about hydrogen peroxide, but this is different. This is different. So I want you to get your paper, your pen, whatever it is that you do to take your notes, because we're going to learn and grow together. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Michael Legel is here to do just that. Welcome, Michael, to the classroom. I'm so glad that you finally made it back. It's only been
Thanks,
3
Lily.
or 4 years.
Thanks, Lily. Great to be here. Looking forward to getting into this today. We're excited to talk to you about everything.
Yes, and the last time that you've come into the classroom, we've talked about microcurrent technology, which this is just just one portion of what you do at First Alternative Therapies. Once again, if you go to my website at whenyounneedafriend.com and you click the Shop Now bag, click on the logo for First Alternative Therapies. By the way, if you are a subscriber, you already have the link. Just click on it and it'll take you straight there. So although I didn't want to talk too much about PEMF machine or the Avazzia, I do want to talk about frequency and your background and how you have a business background, but then all of a sudden here you are working with frequencies. And share a little bit about your background and what led you to this new career of yours.
I went to Florida Atlantic University. I've got a degree in criminal justice and a minor in business. after, I did things like contract law and got really good at drawing up contracts and different ways there. At my first business, I was in promotional products, and we really did extremely well up till I was like 28. And unfortunately, I ended up losing a loved one, my father, to basically something like a systematic problem that could happen to anybody, but it's just a statistic to the medical field, which is an adverse drug reaction. And as you know, from there, that's kind of when me and you came into my life. I was looking for all sorts of ways in just to make people, just to help in this field. I just didn't know where or how. I knew I wanted to play a role in it. And it just so happened how God has it, and the way it works is that, I had plantar fasciitis. I was a very avid basketball player, playing 4 days a week, 5 days a week in my 30s, right? My early 30s, playing against high school kids. And so when you get plantar fasciitis, there's a lot of athletes out there that tell you it feels like your foot's broken. It's just an unbelievably painful thing. Well, this Avazzia technology my mom had found, and she was a massage therapist, and she was such an early adapter that the company was very, very a growing company at the time, right? So not many employees, not many opportunities. And quickly we saw the potential, what this technology could do. And we talk about frequencies. It's important to know that Avazzia has a 2 setting. It's biphasic signal. So when you think of the brain, it never gets habitated. So your TENS units out there, when they run a flat signal, they'll stop working in about 3 months. That's why there was a huge crave in the 90s for TENS units, because they'd get immediate reactions, but they stopped being as long-term effective. Avazzia fixed that by using a biphasic signal and a smart chip in there that measures the impedance levels. So we're able to do a few things with this technology that, one, we could find out where you're inflamed, which is important. But two, we've been around so long that we've actually matched the exact frequency we need for whatever symptom you're going on with. And so we've got over 72 hours of advanced courses from all sorts of wonderful therapists that have really dedicated the time and effort it needs to justify this to the medical community. And one of the things I'll be happy with will come out in the next year and a half, maybe in the next year, is a whole course on just Parkinson's. And the results that we see out there, anything nerve related right now with the Avazzia, I'm just so comfortable. Not only do we do it in our own centers at FA Better Body, but also like just seeing consistent results. And everything that you guys see that we put together at First Alternatives, it's a collective of how to solve symptoms. And you've got to look at this from solving the symptoms, not on worrying about what that disease is. Look at the symptoms that disease is giving you. Start solving those symptoms, and all of a sudden everything else fades away. So everything that you're going to see that I'm about is about tackling things that I couldn't get accomplished. The Avazzia is the #1 nerve technology out there on the market. I'll put it up against anybody at its price point, but at this customer service side that we offer, we don't get unsatisfied customers. If you give us time, we'll give you what you need to get better. And that's because most of the chronic pain out there is nerve related.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember the first time I met you was in 2012, Michael. And you were doing the
2025 right now.
pharmacogenomics. You
It's
were doing
2025 right now.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
So you were doing pharmacogenomics because that's how you lost your father. It was a accidental drug. He was given the was it warfarin?
Coumadin. It was
Yeah.
Coumadin, which is it's a
Just he bled out because he was allergic to it. And so you dedicated your life to figure out the people that they should not be given the wrong drug for the right reason. And
it's just
so
the more education you give yourself about how to tackle the real problems and where you can make the most, impact.
yeah.
It started with, can I find a way to save them from taking the right pill regimen, which is where me and you became
Yeah.
bonded in that way. And then it became more about, well, why do take it a step further? Why can't I help them way before they need these
Yeah.
pills?
That's
And
right.
why don't I give them a preventative way of a way of life?
Yeah.
And this isn't even just me or whatever. I just give it a will and a way, and everybody else helps support this
Yeah.
to get to where we want to go to. But man, what we're talking about in the 2025 year,
Yeah.
what it's taken us 12 and a half years to build is a monster right now in terms of bring me your problems, we get results.
And I love all the partnerships that you've created along the way. as we are learning and growing together. And you have taken me along this ride. But I remember every time, because when you found out that I had the show and I was talking about some of the things, this is when I was first dipping my toe in natural, holistic, integrative, all those things. And every other word out of your mouth was, man, you would really like my mom. Because at the time you were not 100% with Avazzia or first alternatives,
Mhm.
but it was like, oh, you would love my mom. Or I would say something else, you would love my mom. Well, your mom had this vision, but you had the glasses. You were the
Yeah.
one that paved the way, and First Alternative Therapies is amazing. And so that you all know, clear transparency here. Every event that I do, First Alternative Therapies is there because I can't imagine doing an event. And we're going to be doing the summit in November 1st in Rockledge, Florida. And guess who's going to be there? First Alternative Therapies. And we're going to have the products that we're going to be talking about today. And today specifically, I want to talk about molecular hydrogen. And when I learned about it, I remember talking to Michael, and whenever Michael gets something new, he gets so excited, and he expresses his vision even before it even unravels. And it's funny how it is created. It
It's
is created.
hilarious when I say it. Like I'll come into a situation and I'll be like, "We're going to do X, 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 Y, and Z," and no one believes me, and no one understands what I'm talking about, and no one really. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, whatever. You're overdoing it, or you're over kicking your coverage, or you're over whatever." A year later, no one's calling me. No one says anything to me when I've done it now. Like I don't get to go back. So I look at myself as somebody that wants to invest in products that work
Yeah,
in this safe field. So what that means is I don't look for anything that has any dangerous
correct.
properties or studies that show even an inclination. Everything at First Alternative is about being safe. And so that is the number one thing. The number two thing is it's got to have a purpose. And
Hmm.
molecular hydrogen therapy has a purpose with us in three different wonderful ways. We'll get into right in a little bit. And this would be a great time to start off with if you want to add that video to kind of show you
Yep.
what we're talking about. And then I'm going to go into details of what you can kind of expect when we're talking about what we're seeing.
Okay. Well, that is what we're going to do. I'm excited about that. And so I am going to pause this right now so that we can insert and you can watch what this is all about. Here we go.
Welcome to the future of wellness. At Axiom H2, we're revolutionizing health with cutting-edge hydrogen therapy. Let's dive into the transformative journey of molecular hydrogen. As you inhale, hydrogen gas generated by the Axiom H2 machine flows effortlessly into your lungs. Molecular hydrogen, being the smallest element, effortlessly travels through the bloodstream, reaching every corner of your body with remarkable speed. With Axiom H2's advanced technology, this process is optimized to ensure maximum therapeutic benefits. Upon reaching your cells, molecular hydrogen gets to work, targeting oxidative stress and inflammation for unparalleled health improvements. Inside the powerhouse of your cells, the mitochondria, molecular hydrogen acts as a potent antioxidant, optimizing energy production. What makes hydrogen therapy with Axiom H2 so effective? Molecular hydrogen's unique ability to cross the blood-brain barrier not only enhances brain function, but also promotes mental clarity and overall cognitive health. Our clients, elite athletes, cancer patients, and health enthusiasts experience the transformative power of hydrogen therapy firsthand. Join us on this journey towards optimal health with Axiom H2. Experience the future of wellness today.
This is amazing. I remember when you first told me about Axiom,
Mhm.
and so I tried it. We've done a lot of events together, and I only want bigger and better for you guys. What got me as a holistic cancer coach are the benefits. So let's talk about what led you to molecular hydrogen therapy, the inhalation. You also have it for your eyes and what other ways that you can take in the hydrogen.
It's actually a hilarious story. And
Okay.
so I'll share with you because you know me, I'm not very embarrassed. I don't really care.
No,
So,
you don't have any
I, you know,
filters.
so
I have
we
no
were
idea.
doing,
I may have to bleep you. No, I don't.
we were doing, this is pretty bad. We were doing a trade show far away. And I had been on the road a few days prior. So I was drained. And my dog, we get people that send us samples of stuff all the time, things to try or whatever. And accidentally, somebody left something out. Not even, I didn't even know about it. My dog got into it. It was a CBD product, and he went nuts at night. And so he was all over the place, shaking until like 6 in the morning. He ended up peeing all over me and in the bed. And so I have a trade show. I gotta wake. I didn't get any sleep because I had to hold on to him, because if I didn't, he'd fall off the bed. It was a horrible story. And so I get through all this. I'm peed on. I go take a shower. I'm like, I get to the show and I am drained when I get there. Well, the booth right next to me was their first trade show they'd ever done was there. And as they were sitting there, I went and got a treatment of the Axiom and I breathed it in. And all of a sudden I felt way better. I went home that night and I didn't feel as bad, whatever. Came back the next day, did another treatment. But my third treatment, I had used to be feeling a certain way, energy flow wise, after, crushing a show or work, because we work on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't feel the letdown that I usually feel, the crash. And so I really was interested in it. And I ended up calling the designer of the product. And you know me, I get a little enthusiastic when I get into something. He had no idea who I was. And he ended up
He didn't know what hit him.
He didn't know what hit him. He didn't know he was about to get legalized. All right. So he ended up, he was not from the country, and he ended up coming and stayed with me for about a month and a half. And really, we came together and I really got to meet the man beyond the product, which to me is always important. In fact, when you see us talk to, I've never invented anything. My job is to give these inventors or designers the business support and personality sometimes to be able to be successful and navigate these waters, which are always consistently changing. And so I, offered him, what we could do together, and we became partners. And as we became partners, we quickly have taken this product out over the last year and have had tremendous successful stories, testimonials, as well as having a really high customer satisfactory rate. And it's because we are safe with our sensors and things that we add in this specific product that makes it unique. Our customer service being in the United States on point, making sure that people can get machines right away. Believe it or not, that's a huge problem when you have a machine that can do so many good things, as you guys can see. The demand gets high. And when the demand gets high, you become, you can't even fathom you have a huge hit until you've sold $500,000 of a product one day. And you're like, oh, this is that level of a product line. So now I've spent most of my year just making sure that we can produce these, at the 1,000 clip per month level in an effective way so that we can give tremendous customer service. So why are we doing this? Let's get back to what hydrogen does. Yeah. First of all, cellular optimization. Okay. Remember with Avazzia, I'm dealing with your nerves and helping with your electrons. Now we're having something that can actually help your cells. And when you look at that video that we just watched, think of it the ability to help with your oxidative stress levels, which are something your body's consistently always fighting. And when you're in a different type of symptom disease state, you're going to see a lot of these have problem with oxidative stress. So the fact that this combats that, goes against that, is a huge, huge winner for you. What I also love is how easy it is. It runs on distilled water. And I can just take it right here. And it's not like when you're breathing oxygen, it's not overbearing or anything. It's very light. And so, I find myself doing it while I work. I do it while I play video games. I'll do it while I'm watching TV, just because you just feel like your mind feels a little clearer. You could think a little bit better. It's definitely been reported outcomes of something that we can promise. You're going to sleep deeper. It was one of the best things. My skin feels softer, and my hair, it feels like I look younger. I mean, I know you've seen me recently. Like, I look younger, and we started mapping this, and we can actually map your biological age. And that's something we could do, Lily, for you. And we've seen this move the meter. This in the Avazzia can move the meter consistently 4 to 6 years, just doing a vagus stimulation and a 15-minute hydrogen treatment.
Wow. So, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
So,
There's a
so
whole,
you're talking
go ahead.
about it's a great antioxidant, reduces inflammation. This is what I got, like a quick review here.
Sure.
Reduces inflammation, boosts cellular energy, it supports brain health, it enhances detoxification, it protects against DNA damage, it improves blood flow and oxygenation, it speeds up muscle recovery. This is all in this one, and I'm sure it does more. This is not
You're
even including
also,
cancer. It doesn't even
you're not,
include.
you're also going to get, and I mean, everybody, you're also going to get for the athletes out there a better workout, a better, do this right beforehand. You're going to feel a difference. Um, and so it literally gives you what your body needs. And here's the best beautiful part about this, Lily.
Mhm.
You can't overdose on it.
No,
So when
that's
your
a good
body
thing.
is done absorbing it, it exhales the hydrogen.
So let's talk about the hydrogen, the molecule of the hydrogen, because this is something that's really hard for some people to grasp, that it's the smallest molecule. And so how does that help?
It's smallest and most bioavailable molecule and a fundamental element for optimal health and well-being. It's the size to penetrate deep into your cells, as you saw from that video. And it combats free radicals and reduces oxidative stress. So some of you out there might go, well, why haven't I heard of this? It is a huge treatment program right now overseas.
Mhm, mhm,
So in Japan and China right now, this is becoming the standard of care. Yes, we are adapting because it's all about getting people better.
mhm.
So there's over 170 clinical studies currently that should make you feel pretty comfortable finding your study that makes you match with whatever you're going with. But more importantly, I've got about a year and a half in the field with this, seeing testimonials every day. When we talk about, we're going to get into the cancer, what really got us going in the cancer market was some oncologists picked it up and started engaging with us on a real personal level. And I want to get these results. This is what I'm looking for. And working with these people, we end up getting very nice articles, and there's some magazines about it. And we see it's augmented therapy. For anybody going through cancer right now, this is augmented therapy. It won't hurt you with whatever you're going through. It's going to give you extra energy levels. And even somebody that, me and Lily had just engaged with recently together at a small event who is going through this, just wrote me today how thankful he is because he has energy right now. And that's what I'm seeing this is a good augmented therapy for whatever you're going with. Whether you want a better lifestyle, prevention, you want to have more energy, you want to fight things that are coming in the future. This is the one thing that I'm like, wow, it really does fit the model of being a household product. So we have definitely embraced, we have a hydrogen model in our wellness center where you can come in and use the hydrogen in that center.
We haven't talked about your wellness center. We'll talk about that one in a little bit. So
Yeah,
there is a place where you can go, and is it Pompano Beach?
it's in Deerfield,
Deerfield. Okay, so
and
it's
we're
in
going to be
Deerfield.
opening up in Miami,
Okay.
and Stewart soon.
Oh, very good, very good. And I've got a place for you in Kissimmee, so let me know when you're ready for
I'm
that.
definitely going to work with you on that.
Okay.
This is all happening in a wonderful time right now for everybody.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so but it's because of the results that we're getting. And we've combined this type of technology in our whole program. So why did we do that? Well, because it's a maximizing. If you think about this one, right? Because not to get too geeky, but if you've got a microcurrent device that helps stimulate your C fibers, right? And you can correct nerve.
Let's talk about C fibers before you say C fibers, because we
Okay.
need to keep this elementary. So here we go. What is a C fiber?
So there's A, B, and C fibers.
Yes.
Okay. A and B are like your acute pain. C is 85% of your chronic pain issues.
Yeah.
So most technologies can't stimulate the C fibers. The Avazzia can. All right. Now, let's go with, we have PEMF, which Avazzia has an accessory for, and there's other things we like. Now, PEMF circulates your blood. But how cancer is working is it's reproducing sick cells. So you need healthier cells that reproduce to combat that. And what the inhalation of hydrogen is doing is allowing you to get healthy cells. So then when we're circulating this through the other way out, you're circulating healthy and reproducive cells, and you're getting your body to reproduce those and not the sick cancer cells. So for me, it is a no-brainer to get people on this right now. So now I got to give them a vessel of how they can make sure they got a machine that works all the time. And so What's really cool about hydrogen is it's not just for inhalation. We can do it for your ears. So anybody that has like tinnitus issues that are having or anything, or having, like I've had people tell me this is really refreshing for your ears and eyes. So you can do hydrogen for your eyes, and it gives it a really refreshing.
You have a mask
I
too,
have a
so
mask
that you
area,
yeah,
and they'll
that
tell me that their sight, they can see colors better, like right afterwards. It's crazy. So like I've even like I do it all the time for that. And then the tricky one, the sneaky link here is whenever you get an Axiom machine, we give you a bottle of these tablets because these help with your gut health. And so we have the only oral tablets that have been third-party certified to create hydrogen in your gut. Well, there's tablets out there you have to drop in water and then chug the water. We like these a little bit better. For most people that don't like, first of all, if you can take an oral pill and you're okay taking it, these are fantastic. And
yeah.
you'll see a result with these within 2 weeks, you'll stay on them. And so I take them every morning on an empty stomach. And well, the reason why we're doing that is gut health, water, because this makes the water, by the way. So when you hear about hydrogen water and you're talking about all the wonderful studies of hydrogen-rich water and what these properties are doing, we're attacking the body with our program for hydrogen on all 3 levels. So infusing the water, making it hydrogen-rich water at a medical grade level, which we give you a meter that comes with the device so you can take a look at
And
what your water.
the machine can
Yeah.
also do
Every
that. So I just
machine
want to
has
make
a
sure
couple.
that's clear for everybody. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that are pushing alkaline water, which I do not drink. I do not drink alkaline water, but there are many machines out there that people are trying to sell, and because we need to have an acidic stomach, we need to have an acidic stomach, and I don't know if it's even beneficial, but I know that anytime I drink alkaline water, it upsets my GI system. How is alkaline water different than hydrogen water? Which I've
Um,
had the hydrogen water and it hasn't caused any problems for me.
well, first of all, hydrogen. Let's see this. How is hydrogen water different from alkaline water? I don't compare one to the other. I don't endorse alkaline water. Sorry. I don't endorse alkaline water would be one thing. So you've never seen me endorse a water-based product before today. And what I'm seeing from the hydrogen-rich water is you can drink less water and still, because remember, the Avazzia lets me be able to measure your tissue to see if you have enough elasticity or hydration in the skin tissue needed to treat you.
And you
So
can't use Avazzia unless you are hydrated, which
that is
is
correct. So I have a
amazing.
very unique take on this in terms of, well, how important is this? So it is important that you're hydrated. And hydrogen-rich water can get you hydrated better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to drink as much of it to get the therapeutic threshold of being hydrated. And what I've really learned to do is I'll fill up this tin in the morning, about 16 ounces, and I'll drink half 8 ounces and half 8 ounces at night. And then I'll take this diffuser to infuse it in there. Now, what makes this really cool is that hydrogen will stay in there for up to 14 days, been tested.
Wow.
And so it's really great for animals. It's really great for just anybody. We had a person said they got rid of their mouth pain. They had mouth pain for years, and all they did was wash their mouth with hydrogen water.
Wow.
So I don't know the capabilities of what hydrogen is capable of doing. I think we're still figuring that out.
Yeah.
To say that I would say, are you better off between alkaline water or hydrogen water? I don't even think it's a comparison. I think you need to look at the studies and just go, whoa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many
Well,
hydrogen waters alone?
yeah, if we have so many cells in our stomach anyway, that I can imagine the water going into the cells and really affecting the hydration at a much deeper level. And so, when I remember the first time you were telling me about this hydrogen therapy, I was driving and you were so excited. You were like almost at a crescendo and you wanted me to try it and we were going to try it. And we've done several events with it. And I remember the first time you brought it to one of my events
Yeah,
with
because
Dr.
you think when you're first seeing it, you're like, this guy's full of shit. Like, there's no
No,
way.
I don't
It's
think
not doing
that,
everything.
Michael, I
No,
don't
I'm
think
saying
that about you
most
anymore.
people,
Yeah.
like, you're showing up with these things and you're like, well, if it's so great, why isn't it everywhere? No one realizes, well, it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's where you're catching it a lot of the times when you are the first person to a market with something, you're always consistently down there. The one thing I will tell you about this water, which makes it so special, is it's anti-inflammatory. So when you're drinking it and it's going through you're getting digested, it's helping. It has an anti-inflammatory water that's anti-inflammatory. Sign me up.
Well, I will tell you that the last event we did together, yes, it was the last event that we did together. We met this gentleman that just gave you a testimonial. And he was there for about 4 hours doing IV therapies and different things. And while he was getting the IV therapy, he was also getting the hydrogen therapy. He was inhaling it. Had it in his eyes, he had it in his ears, he had it, but most importantly, he was inhaling it. I swear to you, Michael, as you know, I've told you the story many times that I knew that Avazzia was an amazing product to keep us pain-free, but it wasn't until I had my automobile accident that I had 4 herniated discs, suffered a concussion, spinal compression, all those things. Until I experienced pain, I didn't realize how incredibly special Avazzia is. And it
Because
kept
you're
me
looking for that solution to get that out of pain. You just need to be
correct.
out of pain when you're in pain, guys.
But you
It's
know what? The only option I was given was surgery. And fortunately, I have seen too many people get hurt from surgery, and I was not going to opt that for once because nobody can guarantee that you will be pain free after surgery. So that was the first thing. So I got to really experience that, and I couldn't even bring my arm up for 8 months, 9 months after the accident. But then you and Brenda, your mom, allowed me to borrow a PEMF machine. Now I have my own, the PEMF machine, and over a 48-hour period, I was able to bring my arm up. It turned out I had a torn tendon, left tendon, and that's when you said, "Oh, it'll work. The PEMF machine will work really well." So those were the 2 experiences there that I am like a born again believer. But it wasn't until I was at the event with this gentleman that we're talking about, stage 4 cancer, prostate cancer. Can't, I'm not given permission to say his name or anything, but I'm just going to give you the gist of it. As I talked to him, I saw his skin color change. He went from looking gray to looking alive. And now, how much did you say? How many hours of? Because now
This is
you can buy
eight,
this. By the way, you
eight,
can buy this. And so he bought.
800 hours he's done.
He's done 800 hours since when did we do this? October?
January? No, it would have been
It was,
maybe December. December it was. December,
that's
look
right. We were
here,
originally going to do, so
it
it
was
was
like
December.
December 13th or 14th, around then.
December 5th. I think it was December. It was like the
Okay.
first week of December. It was like something like that. But to do
Mhm.
800 hours, can you imagine how much 800 hours would cost of therapy of any kind, chemo, whether it's chemo or something else? But he has opted for no chemo. He has opted to do all natural. And let me tell you, he gave you a wonderful reference,
I had a great day today. I had 4 really good testimonials today that
testimony.
came
Yes,
in, and
yes.
2 of them were stage 4 cancer patients. One of what we just shared there, another one who said it's the most important thing that she's added to her augmented treatment, and she's a big time MD, and she'll be speaking about this in the future.
Yeah.
It's made a difference. It's driving the meter. For me personally, here's how it changed my life. I map my biological age using this new system we do. We have it on. We can talk about it later, but it's able to use 30 different factors to figure out how your body is internally where it should be. I got a report last year, probably 9 months ago, that I was 52 years old biologically. And that will happen to a lot of CEOs who don't take care of their stress levels as much. I'm always working on something for somebody. I'm always doing something. There's never really that vacation time that most people get. So
In fact, Michael, that's your love language.
that's
You
my
love
love
to
language.
do, that's your love language. Go, but keep going.
I'm good, guys. I'm not complaining. So as I'm going through that, though, when I see you can't have a guy in health and wellness, biologically reverse age. I'm 40 years old. I'm 12 years older. So I practice what I preached. I now sleep with an Axiom H2 600 in my bed. When I go to bed,
And you used to have a CPAP.
I used to have a CPAP, but I was so uncomfortable I felt
That's
like I was
right.
always gasping. And so it just was one of those things. So I've now used this, and I've also been more in tune to doing more Avazzia treatments on myself. So I'm doing once a week, I'm stimulating my vagus nerve. That combination, I'm now testing within a range of 30 to 32 every time. So I've lowered my biological age by 20 years in 3 months.
And you just turned 40.
I just turned 40, but right now I'm telling you, I'm playing basketball full time in a league. I'm working up 5 days a week. Currently right now, I'm very active, and I'm not feeling the aches and pains I used to feel consistently.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm not just a customer, I'm a customer. I feel like this is definitely a program that, look, the prevention measures, I don't need to do anything, just look up the science. The prevention of this might save your life one day. It might help you avoid getting something that you might get. It might really be the difference maker for you. You have no idea. But if you're already past that point and you're into one of these disease level states, this is the number one therapy I'd recommend for you beyond anything. So if anybody's coming to me first and they say, I've got cancer, I'm not saying I can go right away with Avazzia. I'm not telling you to do the PEMF. I'm saying you need to start taking hydrogen right away, and you need to do it all the time. And as much time as you can do it.
Yeah. And I remember, as much as I know and love Michael, even though he was telling me about hydrogen, I would say, well, let me look into it, let me research it. And the beauty of this is that if you can go to pubmed.gov and look at molecular hydrogen therapies, you will see how it's helping with cancer and Parkinson's and other autoimmune diseases. So I want to encourage you to don't take our word for it, to think about researching this for yourself as well.
We have gathered together, about 30 really good studies that you can look through. The point of our technology is to make sure that you're getting 99% hydrogen and we have 9 different custom sensors that are built into this, including 3 patented chips that we add that make this a little bit unique from anything on the market.
Mm-hmm.
But the 9 different sensors allow us to quickly diagnose when everything happens. The one thing I'll tell you about hydrogen, people want to live with it, so they travel with it. The wear and tear of moving the devices down, anything can happen. We've seen it all. So, I've seen every scenario happen. The ability to quickly diagnose, get a machine fixed, get it back to you. That's the key with us, is the customer service side with this technology. But knowing how important it is that you have a working machine every day for you or your family. I had a business partner that, family man, big, whatever. I helped, he bought it for his mom. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his mom's cancer doctor to approve the therapy. He had put an 80-page report together for her, for the doctor, and they wouldn't do it because they're in a certain scenario. They can't endorse certain stuff when you're part of certain programs. They have
But there were
healthcare
so many,
plans that do that.
Michael, they obviously didn't look at the information that you provided, because had they looked at it, they would see the benefits of it.
Unfortunately, she passed away before she ever got therapy. Now, the machine I sent to him for her, he started using every day. He's not returned the machine. So,
Yeah.
his
I'm
family.
sorry for his loss, but at the same time,
no,
it was
sorry for his
thing.
loss. No, I don't want to make it light of his life. It's not there. But just imagine this. The machine that was designed to help save his mom, which would have made a difference. I don't know. He thinks it would have. I hope it would have. The best part about it is now his whole family gathers around and they drink the water and they all do it. And that's his kids too. See, this is something that kids can use while they're doing their homework. This is something that they're going to like the feeling it gives them. It's opened up the blood-brain barrier. It's able to get through. You feel it. I feel, even when I'm talking to you guys right now, I feel like I'm just having a good day.
Well, I'm so excited because I know so many different doctors that I really am looking forward to introducing this to, because this is a different, we talk about mitochondrial diseases. This helps improve the mitochondria. And so go ahead.
I've got a guy, and I'm not allowed to say certain things, right?
No, you're not allowed to say certain things.
But we're in the horse markets, and he's able to test the mitochondria in horses. And so he has shown me and many, like, it's improving in horses. Like, this is something that, like, if you're a horse person out there, if you're investing in horses and you want to maximize your horse potential, you should be talking to me about this because we have a contraption we put together, a mask that you can use for horses.
You guys are great. You guys are great. And so before we start talking about the actual machine and what it does, and perhaps if you're interested and you can lease it, you can buy it, you can do all these things, and you can click on, there's a like a free shipping that you can take advantage of today for this particular product. But I want to let you know that when you come to whenyouneedafriend.com, this is where we take ownership and responsibility for our life. Yes, perhaps somebody has cancer or an autoimmune condition, but the good news is that you can reverse things. And if you don't believe you can't, then you won't. But if you believe you can, then you will, or at least you will try, and you will give it a good effort to do whatever it takes to live the life of your dreams. So go to whenyouneedafriend.com. And while you're there, please subscribe to the website, like and follow me on social media. Just know that there's so many different ways that you can help the classroom grow. Sharing this video with someone you love, sharing this video with a stranger or your neighbor or your best friend, whoever it is that you can share this video with, this is a way that you can help the classroom grow. Even though they're saying that they're not monitoring and controlling and censoring us, they are. They still have some of those leftover things that are happening where keeping this information locked up. Just keep in mind that you have the power to share this information. You can also like and follow me on all social media. When you make a comment, ask a question, give me an emoji of thumbs up, that also keeps the algorithms from canceling us. So let's work together to get this information out there. I've never been as excited about this, to see color changing in people's skin, to see people with energy that have stage 4 cancer. That just makes my heart sing. And so I want to encourage you to do whatever you can. If you want to attend the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit for Cancer and Autoimmune Diseases on November 1st, you're welcome to join us there. We just attended an event in West Palm Beach, and it was a great success. But I want to continue doing this. Maybe Michael will agree before we leave today. Maybe we can do a virtual webinar with him, and that you can learn and ask your questions, share your story, whatever it is. Maybe we can plan for that sometime in the future. But I want to encourage you to do that. I also want to encourage you to go to my Shop Now bag, and you have all these Lilly approved products. Find the first alternative logo, click on it, it will take you there. And anyone who purchases off my website will get either $15 off or free shipping. Whichever it is that you can use, you determine that. At least that's what Brendan told me. And so but we can fine tune that. If you're interested, just text me or call me at 407-373-5959. You can email me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. Another way that you can help the classroom grow is by supporting our sponsors. Support them the way that they're supporting the classroom, help them grow. And the last way that you can do this, and by the way, we have, I mentioned Dr. John Silva. He also uses Avazzia, and he is also focusing on the neurofeedback. We're going to be doing an event with him. It's a webinar with Dr. John Silva, and that is April 29th from 7 to 9. That's a Tuesday. That's from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And if you get your seat right away, there's a $20 off for your price of admission. So I want to encourage you to do that. Then last but not least, you can become an enrolled student in the classroom, whether it's $1 or $1,000 a month, a one-time donation or a frequent donation, a recurring donation, whatever the case might be. Maybe it's your time that you spend sending out emojis and sharing the video or the videos, or the sites, or it's your time, your talent, or your treasure. Whatever way that you can help out is so appreciated. Today, we have Michael Legel. It's taken us 3 or 4 years to get him back into the classroom. We're glad we have him here today. Michael, tell us a little bit about the clinic that you have in Deerfield Beach in Florida, that people that may not want to buy this, they may want to experience these treatments, that they can go to today. Could you share a little bit about first
Sure.
alternative bodies? Yeah.
FA Better Body. So
FA bodies.
um, in 2016, we had a national breakthrough where we had made a large amount of customers overnight, where we were working with the help with pain in the Avazzia structure. That was really when I needed to have this model already done. And so we kind of got the customers first with the technology, but then you had to figure out, well, how were they going to do all of this? FA Better Body is the business model behind all of the therapies we take on First Alternatives. So how would you, as a clinic setting, make money, go across, be profitable, do your programs? How are you licensed? What states are you licensed in? FA Better Body is that wellness center model for people that want to buy or get into this business model. How would they make it work? And so it's got the Avazzia signature session First Alternatives developed. It's got the hydrogen room for Axiom because we're part of that. It's got the Therapies product line for the red light because we're all about the red light and infrared, mixing that into there. And it's got our gut check test, which is our proprietary test that tells you exactly what food causes inflammation in your diet. And so as we're looking at that, it's important for us to not just be a distributor of medical products, but now we have an insight on what it's like to deal with the retail customer or the everyday person and how to drive in traffic or how to drive in flow. So it is also something that I'm really excited about because in certain states, I'm able to allow people that want to help and heal people that might not have the medical degree necessary. Well, because of our technology being super safe, you can use and operate these type of clinic models that we've created across the board at relatively low model operating cost, allowing it not only to be profitable for people, but also it's important to be a program that people can have, the community can have. And, Lily, a long time ago, I told you about a vision I had where I'd have one of these in every 1,000 cities. I think I can get to that now.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have the program. So FA Better About It is the program of how I'm going to be opened up in different cities with therapists that have been working with us for 5 to 10 years, but we didn't have the business model down of how you're going to charge, what you're going to charge for, what you're going to come in, what you're going to do. And everything that you've seen that we've combined, get at First Alternatives, collect, that's being used on an everyday basis in FA Better Body. And so it's really exciting. And as well as with our proprietary airborne allergy testing technology. So we've created everything with inflammation that drives your body, I'm fascinated with. So right now, I already think if you're talking about inflammation-based stuff, I'm already looking at how to solve it. Airborne allergies are one of the 6 leading causes of all chronic illness. And I've got an actual solution plan, serum plan, and a technology that allows me to measure the reaction levels right away. And it's covered by insurance.
Great.
And so I'm marrying these two companies as they're standalone, but there's such synergy because they're all inflammation based, right? But one's covered by major insurance. The other one is our proprietary program we created with First Alternatives.
And that is actually are you in the works with it, or is it
it's already
actually
done.
accomplished? It's already done.
So
Okay.
we've got 3 Clearall locations. One is opened up in Atlanta, Georgia. One's already opened up in Deerfield, Florida, and one is opened up in Maryland. And then we have one Better Body location that's in Deerfield. And what we want to do is open up at least 3 or 4 more of each over the next year. That's what I'm really working towards.
Yeah, I would love one
else.
in this area. I would love one in this area.
And it's actually doable. Like it's just about finding the right person that we've trained well enough. Again, with us, what we're really providing is a solutions-based program.
Yeah.
Right. So
without medication. And if they are taking medication, this could augment whatever they're doing, if they're doing chemicals or whatever.
And the cool thing about the serums is it's all natural. So we can actually advertise for all natural because it's all natural things that you're allergic to that we mix into a compound serum. And it's the #1 allergist in the country, in the world really, is my medical director, who is active at Johns Hopkins right now, Dr. Jody Tversky. So every practitioner that is trained underneath him has his oversight in the protocol development. So even at a trade show, we did a small trade show, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I had 35 people want to get tested. 12 got tested on the spot because it takes about 30 minutes each person. Out of those 12, 8 tested positive for needing the serum. And so this serum can be taken by droplets, but it also can be injected once a week. And it's going to give you the immune system to get through. And so that is all overall what we're talking about: finding solutions to inflammation, preventative help. And this is where I'm going to circle back to Axiom H2. I love the marriage between my allergy company and Axiom H2. So when they are coming in for Clearall and they're there sitting for their shots, we give them free hydrogen treatment.
Very good. Very good. So, okay. So, I mean, we don't have much time left. We got like maybe 6 minutes left, 5 to 6 minutes. And actually less because we have, anyway, let's talk about contraindication. Is there any reason why someone cannot do hydrogen therapy?
Now, I just approved a pregnant woman the other day for saying that I don't think it's a problem for them. Like, meaning, like, there's not any contraindications I'm currently aware of.
Okay, so when you say you just approved, what does that mean?
Someone asked him, one of our distributors, she's pregnant, and she asked if she could start using it, and I didn't see a reason why she couldn't.
Okay.
I know we use it we have a lot of infants that have used it.
Okay, that was my next question. Can you use it on children?
Yeah. And I'm talking to every doctor. I didn't use it, wasn't my opinion. I've talked to several doctors about it and got their opinion first before I did that, like I do everything. And we have a medical director as well that's attached to it, Dr. Alan Inman. But I would say to you that I've never heard of any negative outcome happening that can be related to this yet. Okay. Because if when your body is getting too much of it, it accesses it. It gets it out of your system.
Yeah.
So there's no oversaturation. There's just getting to the saturation level.
Well, there are people, especially this happened to someone I loved. They had chemotherapy, and the chemotherapy caused for O2 to say trap in the body. How would that have helped them? It was like it couldn't get rid of the I guess it's O2. It was
I've got some really cool doctors that are on the top of doing oxygen with it. They said they're less dependent on the O2 once you start mixing hydrogen with it. So they're less dependent to having to do it as much. I don't like to work. I don't like to involve hydrogen with any current oxygen taking patients without talking with their doctor.
Yeah.
Because they're monitoring their levels at all times. And for me, that's critical, because you're taking oxygen is not always safe. Oxygen does have some properties that can actually cause issues. And so there's a difference there. Okay.
Yeah.
I do have in our 3000 flow rate model, we have oxygen with hydrogen, because in some cancer studies, they showed that a 33-66% rate of 4 to 5 hours dissolve and fix the issues. I want to match that. And that's a lot what we offer. And I haven't had anybody give me back negative feedback yet, or anything to make me feel like, what we're watching isn't exactly what's happening.
But basically the hydrogen, you can't overdo hydrogen, just get rid of it, you expel it. And so with that in mind, let's talk about, because we only have a few minutes left.
It means think about this one. Your body could be needing more hydrogen. If it's deficient in a disease state, it might need as much as you can give it, like the 800 hours our current customers doing.
Yeah. And that's in a very short time.
Fun fact, we have a medical grade motor, a medical grade level hospital motor in here. That's why it can run for 24 hours at a time. So it's designed for you never have to turn it off. It has a 10-hour runtime to it. You can set it. That's one of the things that does make ours different.
Okay, so you can lease this product, you can buy this product, and you have 3 different levels.
You have to call in for lease information. We're not posting lease.
No. But that is an option.
We do have lease programs that are designed for Lilly followers out there. They can call us in and we can go over our lease thing for you. There's no problem with that.
You only do it for specific people. You don't do it for everybody.
Do it for people that have relationships that we know currently, because the demand is getting me there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, if you had a way to help somebody and you don't, in my mind, it's just as bad of what am I doing here? So I try to do everything I can, as you know, to make our stuff available. That's why we had a device today that a customer had something happen to it. We didn't even we will take a look at the devices, but we sent them a working one right away because we know they don't even want to be a day without it. They don't want to be a day without it when they've started
No,
doing it.
especially when they start feeling so much
And
better.
that's the craziest thing. You've got something that's so powerful that you need to be in the customers' lives daily. Now it's time for me. It's just about creating that monster of a company to support these
Yeah.
people and what they need.
And you have, like you said, you have a smaller, medium, and a larger Axiom. And the smaller one is the larger one is more industrial for a doctor that has more patients, and you can it has a much better outcome. But you can do the medium one or the small one, but it just takes a little bit longer than the.
But it's about estimated times for therapeutic thresholds. Okay, so if you're doing a 300 flow rate, we're currently recommending about an hour to an hour and a half to get you to the threshold. We're seeing more people in a disease state they need a little bit more time. If you're doing the 600 flow rate, you're looking at 30 to 45 minutes, which you'll see in all our materials that are currently coming out. If you're doing the 3000 flow rate, you're looking at only 10, 15 minutes. Again, you can do more if you want to, because you're going to feel great, but that's all you really need a day. And I say a day because if you're not treating yourself every day, you're not doing, hey man, you do stuff for your body all the time. You should be. This is one of those gifts to your body.
Yes, absolutely. And we've kind of run out of time here, but Michael, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you be willing to do like a webinar with people that are interested in learning more? Okay, if you're interested in learning more, I will do a webinar. We will figure out the date, but you need to text at 407-373-5959 or email me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. If we get enough people, I'll ask Michael to join us for a free webinar that he can share his expertise. Maybe we can have some people that have used it share their testimonials there. But I'm so excited about this product. I'm excited about bringing this to people that have chronic disease so that they can start feeling better and so they can start doing what they need to do to get better. So thank you, Michael, for everything that you're doing to bring these technologies out in the world. Without you, I would have never known about Avazzia. I probably would have had surgery on my neck and I would have maybe not been able to move my arm. So thank you so much to you and Brenda Legel for everything that you do with First Alternative Therapies and Axiom as well. Thank you.
Appreciate you very much. And to all your followers out there, thank you for having us. And again, Lily is a family friend of ours. We've gotten to know together because we have common interest. We all want to help people. We want to help them get better. And when you find people like that, you want to support them in this industry. So we wish you the best. And please out there, please don't feel, if you need to reach out to me or if you need to talk to me about something, because you've got that relationship as a Lily follower, you can feel free to write us in. We'll definitely respond to you.
I appreciate that, Michael. And so please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lily McDermott and Michael Legel wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever!
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.